Jesse, we need to talk. I've been noticing something that's got me really worried.
Oh? What's up, Sam?
It's your shopping habits. You're a shopaholic, and it's seriously getting out of hand.
A shopaholic? Seriously, Sam? I just enjoy buying things. Everyone does.
Sure, but there's a difference between enjoying shopping and having it control your life. Every time we go out, you end up with bags and bags of stuff. Your closet is overflowing, and I can't even count the number of packages that get delivered to your place every week.
I don't see the problem. I work hard for my money, and I deserve to spend it on things that make me happy.
I get that, Jesse. But it's not just about deserving it. It's about the fact that you're spending money you don't have. You're constantly borrowing or using credit cards, and the debt is piling up. That's not sustainable.
I'm managing. I always pay off my cards eventually. It's not like I'm defaulting on anything.
But you're just barely scraping by each month. I know because you've borrowed from me multiple times to make ends meet. You say you'll pay me back, and you do, but then you borrow again. It's a cycle.
Fine, maybe I have a little bit of debt. But it's nothing I can't handle. And it's not like I'm spending money on frivolous things. I need these items.
Do you really need everything you buy? I've seen you get things and never use them. Clothes with tags still on, gadgets gathering dust, shoes that have never seen the light of day. It's not about need, it's about impulse.
Alright, maybe I don't need every single thing, but they make me feel good. Shopping is my way of coping with stress. It's therapeutic for me.
I understand that shopping can be a way to relieve stress, but it's a temporary fix. The relief you feel is short-lived, and then you're left with more stuff and more debt. It's not solving the underlying issues.
So what am I supposed to do? Just stop shopping altogether? That would make me miserable.
I'm not saying you need to stop shopping completely, but you need to find a healthier way to manage your stress and finances. There are other ways to cope that won't leave you in financial ruin.
Like what? Nothing else feels as good as finding a great deal or getting something new.
Have you tried talking to a therapist? They can help you figure out why you're turning to shopping and find better ways to handle your stress.
Therapy is expensive. And I don't know if it would even help. Shopping is just my thing.
Therapy might be an investment, but it's one that could save you money in the long run by helping you break this cycle. And you might be surprised at how much it helps.
Maybe. But it still sounds daunting.
It's worth considering. Plus, there are other small changes you can make. Setting a budget, for instance, or finding hobbies that don't involve spending money.
Budgeting sounds boring and restrictive. And what hobbies are there that don't cost money?
Budgeting doesn't have to be boring. It's about making sure you have enough for the things you really need and want. And as for hobbies, there's plenty: reading, exercising, crafting, volunteering. There's a lot you can do that's fulfilling and free.
I guess I've never thought about it that way. But it still feels overwhelming. How do I even start?
Start small. Maybe track your spending for a month to see where your money is going. Once you have a clear picture, you can figure out where to cut back. And try to find one new hobby that interests you and doesn't involve shopping.
I can try tracking my spending. But I'm not sure about finding a new hobby. Shopping is just such a big part of my life.
I know it is, but you're more than just your shopping habits. You have so many great qualities that don't depend on what you buy. I think you'll Be surprised at how much you enjoy other activities once you give them a chance.
Okay, so where do we start? Should I go home and start tracking my expenses?
Yes, that's a great first step. Write down everything you spend money on for the next month. We can look at it together and figure out a plan.
All right, I'll do it. And I'll try to think of a new hobby to try too. Maybe I can start with something simple, like walking in the park.
Fresh air and exercise can do wonders for your mood. Plus, it's completely free.
True. I'll give it a shot. It can't hurt, right?
I'm always here if you need to talk or if you're feeling tempted to shop. We can come up with distractions together. Jessie, how's the tracking going? Have you been able to keep up with it?
Yeah, I have. It's been eye-opening, to say the least. I didn't realize just how much I was spending on little things here and there. It adds up so quickly.
It really does. That's why tracking is so important. Now that you have a clearer picture, do you see any areas where you can cut back?
I was spending way too much on coffee and eating out. I've started making coffee at home and packing my lunches more often.
Those little changes can make a big difference over time.
I've also been trying to avoid the mall and online shopping sites. It's hard, but I've found that if I keep myself busy, it's easier to resist the temptation.
Have you found any new hobbies or activities to fill your time?
I have, actually. I started going for walks in the park, like we talked about. And I've also been reading more. I forgot how much I love getting lost in a good book.
That's fantastic. Reading is such a great way to relax and unwind. Have you noticed any changes in how you feel?
I think so. I feel less stressed overall. And not having that constant pressure to buy things has been a relief. It's like a weight off my shoulders.
I'm so glad to hear that, Jessie. It sounds like you're making really positive changes.
I still have a long way to go, but I'm trying. And I feel more hopeful about my financial situation. It's not as overwhelming as it seemed before.
One step at a time. You're already making progress, and that's what matters.
I really couldn't have done this without your support.
Jessie, I'm proud of you. You're taking control of your life, and it's inspiring.
I guess it's about time I started taking responsibility. And it feels good to be doing something about it, rather than just ignoring the problem.
That's a huge realization. Ignoring it might feel easier in the short term, but addressing it head-on will lead to a much happier and stress-free life.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a matter of keeping up with these new habits and not falling back into old ones.
Jessie, you look so much happier these days. How have things been going?
They've been going great, Sam. I've been sticking to my budget and avoiding unnecessary shopping. I even managed to pay off one of my credit cards completely.
That's amazing news. I'm so proud of you. How does it feel?
It feels incredible. I didn't realize how much my debt was weighing on me until it started to go down. I feel so much lighter and more in control.
That's the best feeling, isn't it? You're doing such an amazing job.
Thanks, Sam. It's still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. And I've discovered so many new interests that I enjoy just as much as shopping, if not more.
What new interests have you picked up?
I joined a book club, which has been a lot of fun. I've also started taking yoga classes, which have been great for my stress levels. And I've been cooking more at home, which is both healthier and cheaper.
Those are all fantastic activities. It sounds like you're really finding a good balance in your life.
I think so. And I'm even starting to save a little bit of money each month, which is something I never thought I'd be able to do.
You should be so proud of yourself.
I am. And I couldn't have done it without your support and encouragement. You really helped me see that I could make these changes.
But you did all the hard work. You made the choice to change and stuck with it.
It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I'm in a much better place now, both financially and emotionally.
That's what matters most. You've taken control of your life and found healthier ways to cope with stress. That's something to celebrate.
Absolutely. And I feel like I'm finally living the life I want, without being weighed down by debt and compulsive shopping.
That's the best outcome we could have hoped for. Here's to continued success and happiness.